Claire Davenport wasn't a woman prone to jealousy. After 10 years of marriage, she considered herself immune to the little pangs of suspicion that gnawed at other wives. Trust was the foundation of her marriage to Ryan, a bond sealed with vows, years of laughter, and the quiet confidence that they were on the same team. But trust has a way of shattering in seconds. It started with a news clip. Claire was half watching the evening broadcast while sorting laundry in their suburban Chicago home. The anchor's voice droned on about a political protest in New York. Something about corruption and whistleblowers. Claire glanced at the screen, ready to tune out, until the footage panned across the crowd. There he was, Ryan, arm in arm with a woman, not a colleague, not a client, a woman with soft waves of chestnut hair and a red coat that clung too comfortably to his side. They weren't walking fast. They weren't hiding. They moved like a couple. In New York, the city Ryan specifically said he wasn't going to this week. Claire's heart clenched. She rewound the clip, staring in frozen disbelief. There was no mistake. It was her husband. By midnight, Ryan was home. He smelled faintly of hotel soap and the airport. He kissed her forehead like always, dropped his suitcase by the door. Claire didn't wait. "I saw you," she said, voice shaking. "On the news. In New York. With her." Ryan's smile faltered. He didn't lie. He didn't deny. He dropped his head into his hands and whispered, "Claire, you can't tell anyone." The anger that surged in her chest almost sent her reeling. "Are you serious right now?" Ryan looked up, and that's when she saw it. Fear, not guilt, not the cowardice of a man caught in betrayal. Real, bone-deep fear. "Someone's life depends on it," he said. "I swear to you it's not what you think." "Then explain." He shook his head. "I can't. It's safer if you don't know. Please, Claire." But Claire wasn't a woman who walked away from half-truths. The next morning, while Ryan showered, Claire searched his suitcase. A burner phone, a photo of the woman, and a folded document with the words Federal Witness Protection stamped across the top. Her blood ran cold. Ryan wasn't cheating. He was protecting someone, or hiding something darker. And suddenly, Claire realized her husband's double life wasn't a story of infidelity. It was something far more dangerous, and she had just stepped into it. Claire sat on the edge of their bed, staring at the burner phone in her hands. Her heart thudded painfully in her chest as questions swirled in her mind. Was Ryan working with the government? A whistleblower? A criminal? The shower stopped. She stuffed the phone and documents back into his suitcase just as Ryan stepped into the bedroom, toweling his hair. His eyes met hers, searching, cautious. "You didn't sleep," he said softly. "No," Claire replied flatly. "You're going to tell me what's going on. Now." He hesitated, then sank on the bed beside her. The weight of whatever he carried seemed to crush his shoulders. 3 years ago, I took on a consulting job, off the books. It was supposed to be risk analysis for a defense contractor. But I found something, payments being funneled to mercenary groups overseas. Black ops work. Illegal. Claire's stomach twisted. "I reported it to the DOJ," Ryan continued. "Turns out I wasn't the only one. That woman," he swallowed hard, "her name is Lila Grant. She was a secretary in the accounting department. She was marked for death the moment she leaked internal files." Claire blinked. "So you're protecting her?" Ryan nodded. "She's under witness protection. They needed someone she could trust to move her, keep her safe when her handler got compromised. I'm that person." Claire stared at him, the pieces crashing together in her mind. The strange late-night calls, the last-minute business trips, the anxiety that had been eating away at him for months. "You're risking your life for this woman," Claire whispered. "For the truth," Ryan said quietly, "and for us. Because if this comes out, those people, they won't stop at Lila. They'll come after anyone connected to me, including you." Claire felt her anger morph into a strange, suffocating fear. This wasn't betrayal. It was something worse, a secret war she'd been blind to inside her own home. "I need you to trust me," Ryan pleaded. "Just a little longer. After this, I'll be out. We'll be safe." But Claire wasn't sure trust was even possible anymore. Part 3. The Choice. 2 nights later, the news reported a car bombing in Manhattan. The body was burned beyond recognition. The victim's name hadn't been released. Claire's hands trembled as she dialed Ryan's burner phone. He answered on the first ring. "It wasn't her," he said before she could speak. "Lila's safe, but they know I moved her. I can't come home. Ryan, I love you," he whispered. "Whatever happens, remember that." The line went dead, and Claire realized a life she thought she knew was gone. 3 months later, a sealed indictment shook Washington's elite. Names, contracts, secret funds exposed in a global corruption scandal. Headlines screamed about the anonymous source. Claire watched the press conference from her living room, her wedding ring absent from her hand. She hadn't heard from Ryan since that night, but she knew, somewhere out there, the man she loved had given up everything to protect a stranger and her. And sometimes betrayal wasn't about lies. Sometimes it was the unbearable weight of a truth too dangerous to share. 6 months later, Claire received a package, no return address. Inside, a single photograph. Ryan, standing on a sunlit street in a foreign city, clean-shaven, wearing sunglasses, alive. On the back, a handwritten note. "It's over. You're safe. Forgive me." Claire's eyes blurred with tears. She pressed the photo to her chest, a storm of relief and heartbreak crashing over her. He wasn't coming back. He couldn't. The man she married had vanished into a world of shadows and silence, a world that saved lives but destroyed his own. And Claire, standing alone in the home they once shared, finally understood. Some betrayals aren't born of deceit, but of sacrifice.